Hi, I'm Kelly, or Kelpnetto, and today I'm going to be talking about the book, The Archive by Victoria Schwab. Now to describe this book and non-spoilery, I'm going to read the description of it from Goodreads, so you guys know what it's about, and I'm not spoiling anything, because that would be bad. Okay. Imagine a place where the dead rest on shelves like books. Each body has a story to tell, a life seen in pictures that only librarians can read. The dead are called histories, the last realm in which they rest in the archive. Da first brought Mackenzie Bishop there 4 years ago, when she was 12 years old, frightened but determined to prove herself. Now Da is dead, and Mac has grown into what he once was, a ruthless keeper. Tasked with stopping often violent histories from waking up and getting out. Because of her job, she lies to people she loves, and she knows fear for what it is, a useful tool for staying alive. Being a keeper isn't just dangerous, it's a constant reminder of those Mac has lost. Da's death was hard enough, but now her little brother is gone too. Max starts to wonder about the boundary between living and dead, sleeping and walking. In the archive, the dead must never be disturbed, and yet someone is desperately altering history, erasing essential chapters, unless Matt can piece together the remains, and the archive itself might crumble and fall. So at first, I thought the beginning was kind of slow, and it took a while to really get into the story, and that made me kind of disappointed because I really wanted to read this book because it looked so interesting, like dead people on shelves, like what? But after it got on and picked up and I started to understand the world more, a lot of stuff happened and it turned out really good. Our main character's name is Mackenzie, and I really liked her because she seemed really strong-willed and determined to prove herself, like the summary said. The book was through Mackenzie's perspective, and throughout some of the chapters it would show flashbacks to Da teaching her how to be a keeper, and I thought that was really interesting because what the flashback was about, it helped understand what was going on to Mackenzie in the present. So I thought that was pretty cool. They were helpful and cool because we got to learn about Da too, and yeah, and for some reason it took me forever to realize that that was her grandfather. I don't know if I was supposed to get that right away, but when I was like, how dare you bring your granddaughter here, I was like, what? So yeah. So about the archive itself, it was really interesting to read about, obviously, the dead, where how they store it and stuff, but also how there were the Narrows and how they had the keeper keys and how the doors to get into the Narrows were. All that was really new and different, and I've never read anything like that before. So getting into the world was kind of hard, but being there was actually great, and yeah, it was good. And this book is really awesome, and I know I'm not freaking out as much as I would because I have to get on the spoilers now. If you haven't read the book, you should stop watching this because I am going to spoil it and you are not going to be happy. But it is a good book, and I do recommend reading it. So non-people that read it, goodbye. People that have read it, keep watching. Continuing on with the thought about the archive that would have spoiled it for the people that didn't read it was the librarians. I think I should have saw that one coming, but I didn't. How they were dead and they woke them up and they're like, hey bro, you can work here and you can stay awake. And that made a lot of sense that they wouldn't freak out once they woken up, because like the normal history, they'd like freak out and cry and run on away, and the librarians were dead and woken up, and they're like, hey, I know this place, so it's cool. So Wes, I didn't really like him at first. I don't know if it was his style or how he just kind of showed up at random times, or I don't know why I didn't like him at first, but yeah, I like how he was really charismatic though. When they found out each other were keepers, I really liked how he could be there for her, because that was really cute, and I'm like, this girl needs a buddy, this girl needs a hug, and I felt so bad for Mackenzie at times. Oh, my baby. I liked Wes, and I really loved the garden. That was really cute. And I didn't really love Wes until he got stabbed and he was bleeding all over the place, and Mackenzie could like feel his emotions by touching him, and he was like, I should have stayed with her. Where is she? I need to find her. And I was like, oh my gosh, he really likes her, and oh, just, that made me really happy. I don't know. Owen. I don't think I can talk about him without getting super angry, because I really liked him. I really liked him. I thought he was going to be one of those histories that wanted to maybe like help find out the archive secrets, because the archive was like actually really corrupt, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight with you, Mackenzie, and find out what's going on, and that wasn't really the case. Oh my gosh. And when Mackenzie woke up Ben, what was she thinking? Oh my gosh, I knew that was gonna be bad. She's like, well, he might be like Owen. And I was like, girl, you were gonna get in so much trouble. You're gonna get in so much trouble. You already have been in trouble. He isn't gonna be like that. And when she did, and she was sad, and I was like, oh my god, no. She's smart, but that was really dumb. And then when Carmen like let her wake up Ben and she just walked away, I was like, there is something up with Carmen. I knew it. I knew it from the beginning when she was like trying to go through the list of librarians of like who would like be against them or not. I was like, Carmen, because she seems to, I don't know, I don't know, there's something with me lately that I've been looking for the bad in everyone, and maybe that's why I didn't like Wes at first. I knew there was something up there. And then when Mackenzie shoved Owen into that time, that door, that space door thing, you know what I'm saying? And Mackenzie went up to Carmen, and Carmen kept on saying, where's Owen? Where's Owen? What do you do with him? And Mackenzie wouldn't tell her, and I was like, yeah, frick you, Carmen. Frick you. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like how Owen brought mystery to the archive. I like how he made the book a little mystery-ish, even though it isn't under that category. He kind of made Mackenzie question like what she knew, and I thought that was pretty cool. I like books that have problems like that and not really like an enemy, but it's just like you don't know who the enemy is until like the very end, and I really like how he was that, even though he turned out to be a real meanie. It's the nicest way I can put it.